Hello everyone, welcome back to Below Par with myself, Lovery. So in today's video then, we are looking at the top 5 lightweight stand bags available to buy in 2021. Now personally for me, this is one of my favourite bags on the market in terms of style of bag. I personally use a lightweight stand bag from Mizuno and it has been one of the best golf bags I've ever owned. There's a couple of small issues with it, which I'll get into in today's video. So if you're somebody that isn't going to use a trolley, is going to carry often, maybe one of these bags is something to consider purchasing in 2021. Now the research I've done for this video, I've been and I've seen all these bags in person. I've held them. Obviously I haven't put my clubs in all of them, but I've seen them in shops. I've had a feel of the pads. I've looked at all the pockets, just got a really nice overview of each bag. Equally say I own the Mizuno bag, which is in today's video. I'll give you that much already. And I think it's a fantastic bag. So I think also having owned one, it puts me in a really good point to help give you some advice on which bag to buy going forwards. So say research-wise then, I've looked at most brands in the golf industry. I've been over and obviously looked at Mizuno, like I said, Titleist, Ping, Callaway. There was loads of other bags as well there, but that's going to be the main 4 brands we're going to be looking at today. So before we get into today's video, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please consider doing so. So I guess then we better start with bag number 1 on the list. Now, this is the Mizuno K1LO, also known as the Kilo. So yes, the name does give it away. I believe this bag is about 1.2 kilos when empty in total. It comes with carbon fiber legs, which obviously are extremely strong but lightweight. It has 5 pockets and has a 4-way divider at the top. And this one is priced coming in at $189. So that was the best I could see it online. I have the previous year's version of this bag, and I think it looks a little bit more sleek than the new one. It's just a little bit more rounded. The new one for me looks quite square in that midsection. It doesn't quite offer that sleek design that the previous years did. Another con really to note it with this bag as well, with my bag in particular, it's not that sturdy, so it can just fall over on its own, which is a little bit annoying. But the bag, basically, if you have like a heavy bottle of water in the drinks pocket, it will twist the bag one way, which can then just cause the leg to lift and drop. I guess the last con on this golf bag, before we get into the pros on it, is it isn't great in the rain. It does just flood straight through. Mine, I believe, has a waterproof sealed pocket by the valuables bit, but again, I've had water get in there as well. It's just not entirely waterproof. But then again, I don't play a lot of golf anymore in the rain, so if you're the same, it's still a good option. I guess then if we went into some positives, one of the big positives is how thick the shoulder pads are. They're extremely spongy. I have to admit, it's one of the most comfortable straps I've ever used carrying. I like the fact to say it's super lightweight, but also there's a fantastic selection of colours available, and I think actually I quite like each colourway that Mizuno have brought out this year. So bag number 2 comes from Ping. Now this is the L8. I don't know if you can call it the late, but we'll call it the L8 single strap carry bag. Comes in at 2.2 kilos. However, I really like the design of this bag, and I like the fact it's quite small and quite slim. So perhaps let's say you're not too bothered about the 1 kilo difference, let's say, between the Mizuno and this bag. There might be something just to consider, the fact it comes with the 1 strap and a slightly more classic design. Now I guess, what do you get with all the extra weight? Is it bigger? No. What you do get probably is the quality of materials. So I was reading a few forums on this because I thought when I was touching it that the shoulder pad in particular was a very smooth, almost like a velour sort of feeling thing. And apparently a few people have had it where it almost feels that good a quality, that soft, that it actually slips off their shoulder. Just worth noting with this bag. However, I must admit, being hands-on with this bag, it is extremely well made and it feels like it's going to last a lifetime. So I'd say the weight of this one is 2.2 kilos. Comes in, it has 5 pockets and has a 4-way divider at the top, but you notice the divider at the top is extremely sturdy. I also like the fact they've given it that sort of lining around the top as well. Comes in priced at $149. Realistically, you're potentially paying a little bit less for it not to be quite as lightweight as some of the more expensive bags. However, I say at 2.2 kilos, it's still not heavy. So a couple of things then I really like about this bag. I think it looks extremely stylish. Having, as I say, been and seen it in the flesh, it's a really cool looking bag. And then having the velour bits at the top, on the top divider, just really makes a difference when it comes to shaft rub. I know, as I say, I have the Mizuno bag, I do get a bit of shaft rub on my shafts. It's starting to show now on my driver and 3-wood. Hopefully having this soft line at the top will just stop that from happening. And I guess one of the biggest cons then of this golf bag is going to be the fact that it only comes with that single strap, which I know isn't going to be for everyone. Sort of great as a kind of Sunday bag, or if you played 18 holes once every so often, but I think if you were regularly playing 36, this probably isn't the bag for you. So bag number 3 on the list, and this was actually one of the first lightweight golf bags that I ever saw when I was working in Gloucester. I remember when it first came in, lifted up the box and it said a golf bag in it, and I almost couldn't believe it. It's the Callaway 2021 Hyperlight Zero stand bag. Now, the 2021 model comes in at 1.36 kilos, which is extremely light. It's by far one of the biggest in terms of storage as well. It comes with 7 pockets and has a 4-way top divider. And then in fairness, you're not overly paying fortunes for it. I've found that online at £154.95 to be precise, which I think, considering it's got that many pockets, isn't a bad deal. Now, personally for me, I'm in two minds about the design of this. The black one for me, it's just too busy. They've gone for all the effects with all the white bits on it, and I'm just not a big fan of that. However, the one that I believe it's white and blue and red, that for me is a much better design, but again, very limited when it comes to colorways. So a couple of pros then on this bag. So one of the things that I really liked was this new balancing system that Callaway have brought out, which is called the Self-Balancing X-Act Fit Strap System. And I thought that was quite cool, just the way then it made the bag hang and you didn't have to sort of mess around with loads of straps to get it to sit properly. So this then brings us on to the Titleist Players 4 carbon stand bag. Now carbon because again the carbon legs, most of these bags are all going to have carbon legs just due to them wanting to keep the weight down and then obviously wanting to keep the strength up of the legs. It's quite cool having that carbon effect as well. And actually, I must admit, when it comes to Titleist bags, I've not been a big fan recently. I bought one of their bags back in probably 2014 now, and it was like the player's carry bag. So you kind of have like what looks like the Tour panel on the side. And I have to admit, it was really good. It was a little bit heavy, but it was good. Since then, I've fallen out of love with the straps slightly, the new system where they had the hooks going through and the strap sits through there. Forever seeing people messing around with that. Certainly when I worked in the shop, forever fixing that on people's bags. And that really kind of put me off. Yes, I really like the stage rise stuff, but the carry stuff, it wasn't quite doing it for me. But then I saw this bag and I thought, actually, they might have redeemed themselves here. I mean, it comes in at 1.3 kilos. I really like the design. It's got 5 pockets, a 4-way top divider. And Titleist, yes, I know they're known for being very premium, but I've found this online for $169. It got me thinking, would I use a Titleist carry bag again if this was an option? And I think yes. However, there was a couple of issues with what I found online. So for example, Titleist say that there's 9 colorways available, and you can find images of the 9 colorways. However, on Titleist website in the UK, and a lot of other websites in the UK, like Affordable Golf, Sneinton Golf, these sorts of things, I can only find 2 colorways available, which is a little bit strange when they're saying they offer 9. And then also, the straps felt a little bit firm when I was first with them in the shop. Now I know Titleist straps are quite thin and they're very breathable. They do take a while to break in, and that's one of the things you'll be aware of. It's not like the Mizuno where it's like immediate, you know, like this thick and you've got loads of cushioning. These are a lot thinner. Now yes, that's great for saving weight. However, do you want to sacrifice comfort on the shoulders? I'd be in two minds with that. So just worth noting, the straps are slightly thinner. However, the bag design on this, I think, is one of the best looking golf bags Titleist have made recently. I like how sleek the colours are as well. There's no like crazy lines or crazy graphics going on. It's just nice and simple. So overall, I'm going to say this is a pretty awesome golf bag. Yeah, I think if you could find it in one of the 9 colourways, I think you'll have a good time. As I say, it's weird that only in the UK at the moment I can only see 2, but maybe that's all we'll get here in the UK. But actually, golf bag wise, in the all black with the red zips, it's pretty spot on in my eyes. So that then brings me on to the last lightweight stand bag of this video, which is, we're going back to Ping, and this is Ping's actual lightweight bag. So it is the Hoofer Craz-e Light. Now, this bag comes in at 1.36 kilos rather than the 2.2 of the L8 stand bag. Now, this again comes with 7 pockets, which I think is extremely impressive in a lightweight carry bag. So I say this bag then has 7 pockets, 4-way top divider, and it's coming in priced at $159.99. So I mean, some of the bags, as I say, this one coming in at $159.99 I think is relatively reasonable. Some bags that are a lot more expensive, £200 plus, I just haven't included because unless they're offering anything that's super lightweight or super special, then they're not really, in my eyes, worth any more than these bags in particular. So a couple of pros then about this bag. I think it's a pretty sleek design. I like the overall shape of the bag, and it's offering the 7 pockets I think is really generous on a bag of this size. However, I think the negative on this bag in particular is the colorways for me don't really do it. I don't mind the grey, but I think the pockets being in that red's just too contrast. I think I would quite like a bit of a quieter design from Ping, or maybe something that maybe looks a little bit more classic in terms of colours, like the L8. The cons then really on this bag are the thin shoulder pads. They are slightly on the thin side, but then also the fact that it only comes in 2 colorways. And again, I'm not a huge fan of either colorway. I've seen them both in the flash and I've seen them in pictures, and neither are sort of really grabbing me, certainly not compared to some of the other designs available from other manufacturers. So then, that has been my 5 top lightweight stand bags of 2021, in my opinion. I know some of you won't agree with all the bags on that list, or some of you might say there's this or that bag. Do let me know in the comments below if there's a bag in there that you think I've missed that deserves to be on this list. Guys, thank you very much for watching today's video, and look forward to seeing you all very soon.